Welcome back to the channel. I'm really glad you're here. I'm especially glad you're here because tonight we have our first on-screen, on-camera guest who's going to join us momentarily. Well, here we are with live stream number 3, and hopefully they're getting better every time. I'm having a good time doing this, and I'm really glad that people have been joining on and enjoying these live streams as well. I see we've got several comments already started in the stream. We'll be chatting with the viewers and going through some of these comments. But let me tell you a little bit about tonight's live stream. Tonight, I have a special guest, as you saw in the promo video and the preview thumbnails, that Jon Ritter from the YouTube channel Ritter Bit Will Do will be joining us. And we'll talk about Jon's channel and some of the things that he does. And for our Kubota fans, which I know a lot of people are, I think you'll enjoy what Jon has to say. If you're new to my channel and new to the live streams, welcome. I'm really glad you're here. And if you've watched any of my videos in the past, you'll know that a lot of the content in my channel features my Kubota B2601 compact tractor and many of the implements and attachments that go with it. So we love talking about the compact tractors, Kubotas, anything outdoor related, gardening projects, anything like that. So we'll be talking about some of that tonight. We'll be interacting with you. I've got a little something fun in store for a little bit later on, so you won't want to miss that. And let's look at my notes here, and let me check some of the comments here. Make sure nobody's telling me that they can't hear me or anything. So, all right. Thank you. Got a little comment there. Things are coming through very well. Happy President's Day. That's right. Today is President's Day, and I was actually off work today for my real job. I always say real job in quotes, like nothing else I do matters except for my real job. But anyway, I was off today. Very thankful for that. I cleaned my office. It may look better than it did last week, at least from here back. So let's see. I'm following along. I'm doing the paper thing again. It just, for me, it seems easier than navigating computer screens. I've got my 27-inch iMac set up here. I can see the comments. I can see the live stream. Then I have a small laptop here, and that is just showing me kind of the YouTube output. Is anybody here on Facebook? Because I don't know if it's going out on Facebook. It's kind of odd. Bear with me one second. It is. It seems to be. I don't see the picture though. Well, look, we're on YouTube. That's the main platform. I'm trying to do this dual thing with Facebook, and I don't know for sure if that's working. It might be, but at least we know we're on live with the old YouTube. Wood says, what? I got the Facebook notification timed to YouTube. Probably tuned to YouTube. Yeah. Okay. Great. 6D Ranch. Good evening from Northeast Washington. Good evening. Good to see you. All right. So let's get moving on here a little bit. As I said, my first on-screen guest is going to be Jon Ritter. Oh, thank you, sir. It's working on Facebook. Good to know. So if you're on Facebook or YouTube, you can leave your comments there. Anyway, Jon Ritter has a YouTube channel called A Ritter Bit Will Do. I love that pun. And he talks about his compact tractor. He talks about life in Minnesota. And that's always interesting, especially for those of us who are in a different geographical area, different climate. I'm looking forward to talking to Jon about life up there, out there, over there. So if you are familiar with Jon's channel, you'll know that he has a very pleasant and friendly Midwestern personality. He is just a likable guy. I'm really happy to have him on the live stream tonight as a guest. Before I bring Jon on screen, I just want to show you a little clip that I put together. So you'll get to know Jon. If you haven't seen his channel before, this is a little bit of an introduction to Jon and his channel.
Hi there, everybody. We are back out here at Yukon Acres again today, and we're going to take down a tree. We're going to take down this poplar tree right here. Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. It is 10 below 0 Fahrenheit. The tractor has been sitting here. Oh, when's the last time I drove it? November? Maybe October? It's January. It's been a little while. Hi there, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. You're watching A Ritter Bit Will Do, and today I've got some viewer questions to answer. I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. We made it. We did it. We made it to 10,000 subscribers before the end of the year. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. You're watching A Ritter Bit Will Do. And today is the day you've been waiting for and I've been waiting for. I have a feeling this video is going to be pretty popular. Did I mention how cold I am? So I got a text, and 24 hours later, Mike Morgan and Melissa Morgan pull into our driveway. They're here, they're here. I told you guys that I was going to have some special celebrities, and look who it is. Look who showed up. We have Mike and Melissa Morgan here in Fort Firewood.
Have you gotten over that yet? You were in shock.
I was in shock. It's like, oh my goodness, I gotta clean my garage. Mike Morgan's coming over. Until next time, guys, keep on tractoring. Keep on tractoring, and God bless. So as always, keep on tractoring, and God bless. So until next time, Brielle, what do they need to do?
Keep on tractoring, and God bless.
And there he is, from the middle of the country in Minnesota. Welcome, Jon.
Well, boy, oh boy, what an intro. Holy cow. Thank you, Ed. Yeah, sure, you betcha. You know, I got that Midwestern voice up here, and I got to tell you, it's really a cold one out there, you know.
You know, I'm so glad to hear you talk like that, because all week long I've been saying, you know, Minnesota. And I thought, you know, is that offensive to say, to talk like that?
We all talk like that. And when you get a cluster of us together, the more it comes out. It's really funny. When I bring my wife up north, because she's a city girl, but when I bring her up north, she talks like a northern Minnesotan. It's just, you just catch on to it. It's just,
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sure. You know, not offensive.
It's very endearing. You know, we're out here in the Northeast in southern New Jersey, and I don't like it when people say, "Oh, you're from Jersey," because you know what? I don't know anybody in New Jersey who actually talks like that. Maybe there are some, but we're again in the southern part of the state, so it's a little different here than other parts. But yes, Minnesota is just.
You don't have that stereotypical accent. I can't hear it. I would have never guessed that you were from New Jersey. So,
born and raised too. Born and raised in this area, and again in the southern part of the state. It's funny because New Jersey is a small state. You can drive from one end to the other in a few hours. My job takes me all over the state, and I always joke with my coworkers that I'm 2 hours from everything. That's just. They're like, well, how about this facility? How about this one? Like, I'm 2 hours from there. I'm 2 hours from everything. But it's a drivable state, but it is different. There are differences between all the quadrants of New Jersey. You've got the southeastern part of the state, which is Atlantic City, the Shore Points, the Jersey Shore. You've got the southwestern part where we are. Then there's Central Jersey, Northern Jersey, and they're all a little bit different, but I'm fortunate that I've gotten to travel really the entire state, and fantastic people. You hear stereotypes about Jersey folks, and they are good people. Let me tell you, I love this state. What's great is we have a little bit of everything. We have beaches, we have mountains, we have forests, we have cities. It's really a neat state.
Well, I don't get to venture out there, but that day is coming soon. I'm trying to put together I've got subscribers and YouTubers to visit. I need to stop in, see them. There's a bunch up your way, and that trip's coming. It's in the works, but it's just a matter of getting it planned.
Awesome. I don't know if you'd be impressed after living your life out in the open spaces of Minnesota, but I think it'd be fun for you, especially if you come out to see. I don't know if you've ever been to Philadelphia or New York City.
No, I have not ventured out east at all. The farthest I've been, I was in Ohio, I guess, and I don't know if that's even considered east, right? That's Midwest still, isn't it? Ohio a little bit.
It is, yeah.
So
that's getting there. It's just what is that? Just west of Pennsylvania, or not great with geography, but anyway, it's not nearby. So we have some comments coming in. I do want to thank Chad over Purple Collar Life. Put up a super chat for super chat. That is nice really great to see. We appreciate that.
Chad's got a good channel. Yeah.
And I don't know if you know Dave out at RCAF Polar Express.
Oh, bonjour, Dave. Yeah, I learned a little bit of French watching Dave. Very little. I love Dave's channel. Dave, how are you doing? It's great to see you. Great to see you're in the chat here, and thank you so much for supporting my channel. You are a fantastic YouTuber and a fantastic subscriber. So, he's been a subscriber of mine for quite some time.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Has like you said, a great channel. I love all the things he does with that little Mahindra tractor he has.
Yep. And quite a welder. Really,
quite a welder. Yes. Yep.
Wow. Yep.
Definitely a good fabricator. So, look at that. Orange is my new green. Congratulations.
Yeah. Ontario Homestead. I believe I've subscribed to their channel, or I know that they've definitely have commented on my channel quite a bit. And there's lots of people in the chat that I'm familiar with here. So that's great. And of course, we got Phil from Woods Tree Farm.
Yes, Phil's a great supporter, and I talked about Phil's channel on the last live stream. Phil's starting a Christmas tree farm.
Yeah. Did you see the pictures that he posted today on his, I think it was on his Facebook group? They had an ice storm, and his kids were out on that road between kind of where that pond is. And wow, it looked like they were looking for icicles. It was really neat to see.
No, I didn't see that yet. Were they sledding down that down the hill or anything?
I don't know. Do you guys experience ice storms in New Jersey? I would imagine you would.
We do, but not. Everything's relative. I mean, when you're talking to a guy from Minnesota, like, what can we?
Well, we don't really get ice storms though like that. No. We don't. I mean, what it looked like for Phil had was they said there's like a 1/2 inch accumulation of ice. we get ice once in a while, but it's not something that accumulates on trees and makes branches fall down. It's rare. I mean, most of the time we get heavy snow that'll make branches fall down, or hit strong winds. But
yeah, we had sleet the other day, and it just basically puts it's like a glass coating all over the trees and the branches. And I was outside, and just a little bit of wind, you hear all the trees like crackling, and it's pretty interesting. So Phil's further south from here, but he's kind of that's Virginia, so he's still kind of in this weather belt, I guess it is. So
who's your
I was going to talk about this later. Dave White, wrong message. There we are. Tractor Time with Tim got a Kubota. He's come to the orange side, so
guess Tractor Time with Tim. Yeah. I was surprised to see that. As a YouTuber, Tim had gotten in contact with me some months ago. He was looking for something else to kind of get something to spice up his channel a little bit. And I had suggested, start talking about your truck. You've got a great, nice Ford Super Duty. There's people out there that love trucks. And then I don't think he liked that. He says, restore an old tractor, I told him. And he said, that's kind of a neat idea. But he was thinking about getting a Kubota, and I was surprised that he did. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he does with that.
I kind of like that, just buy something new instead of fixing up an old truck or something. Like just buy a new one. Gives you plenty of content to talk about. There's Phil now. Maybe 3/8 glaze on everything. That's right.
Oh boy. Goodness sakes. 98% without power on Saturday.
Wow.
Man, oh man.
We had a storm a few months ago. We lost power for 3-4 days, and never any fun.
No, it never is. It's rare for us to lose power. We're more of a modern housing plan where all the lines are underground. So we really don't. I think we've lost power in the 10 years that I've been here. We've been out without power for 15 minutes.
Wow,
that's it.
That's impressive.
Yeah, but funny story. My wife was picking up our 5-year-old from daycare the other day, and daycare it's an old school building that really didn't have a lot of windows. And while she was picking her up, the power went out in an older building, and due to the cold or who knows what it was from. But so can you just imagine all these little kids? It's pitch black in this old school, screaming, crying. Oh my goodness, pandemonium, right?
Oh boy.
Oh gosh,
that's rough when you have a school building like that go out. That's really rough.
They're scared little ones.
So there's Lois from Tennessee. All right, we've got people from all over the place. How you doing, Lois?
Nice to see you. Yeah, back up here, there's Hoosier Helpers. If you look up the chat a little bit, he said hello. So I can't remember your first name. It's not coming to me. So many names to remember in the YouTube community, but Hoosier Helpers has a nice YouTube channel too, and the reason that they call themselves helpers in their channel, they go out and help people with their tractor. Jason, thank you, Jason. There we go. Yeah, Jason, him and his daughter, and they just help people with their tractor. Nice little.
There they are. There he is, Jason. All right. Awesome.
Yeah.
Good to see you. Hey, I have a question for you.
Sure.
And I think it's something that all of our viewers want to know. And I want to get this out of the way before we go any further, if you don't mind. Because, I know people are curious about it. I just want to know what it was like to work with Joyce DeWitt and Suzanne Summers. That had to be a thrill, was it?
Oh, goodness. That's great. That's fantastic.
I mean, this was one of my favorite shows growing up, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to have you on here. So,
I can't remember all the characters' names, but yep. Yeah, they were a great group to work with. Yeah.
That's good. Good to hear. I just had to ask that, because people are, people are wondering about that.
Oh, for sure. Yep.
So. Awesome.
Jon Ritter, he was quite the physical comedian.
He was, right? He was.
He really was. He was good.
Kind of a modern day vaudeville.
Yeah.
We don't have that kind of. I forget what that kind of humor is when it's not slapstick, but something where it's physical like that.
Yeah.
So, hey, so let me follow my list here.
All right, you've got a list. You're well prepared. That's what I like about your live streams. I mean, you got me on the third time. This is the third time ever you've done a live stream, and I feel like I'm on a TV show. So, well, I was on a TV show, obviously, with
That's right. That's right.
this is a very nice interview.
I got to keep up to your standards, John. Hey, and you know, I appreciate that because I'm trying to make these live streams entertaining and, you know, kind of well produced. It's kind of for my own benefit that I organize it somewhat, because if I don't, I'll just kind of look like a bumbling idiot. Like, you know, what do you want to talk about now? Like I wouldn't, you know. So it helps me to have a little bit of guidance, but certainly to have somebody like you, it's easy to chat, and that helps quite a bit. But I wanted to ask you about your YouTube channel, and you know, you can share as much or as little as you like, but I'm curious, and I think the viewers are curious, when you started your channel and why you started your channel.
When I started it and why I started it.
Yeah, well, like when was your first upload, or at least that, you know, when you got serious about YouTube?
Well, when I got serious about it, it was probably shortly after I got my first tractor, which was in 2014. So I've been doing this for a little while, but probably, I guess I got the channel going around 2015, 2016. I can't really remember what, but I've been doing this for a few years anyways. And the reason that I wanted to do it is because I started to realize that YouTube has such a great, it's a great platform to help people learn about tractors. Because when I was into purchasing my first tractor, I went with a Kubota BX25 because I watched Paul Short. I watched Paul Short and his channel, Paul Short and Kathy. Yeah, up in Canada. Where are they at? Near St. John's. I can't remember the name of the town. Somebody will put it in the chat and remind me. Bay Roberts. There, I got it before you guys did. So I started watching Paul, and he put together just a real fun YouTube channel. And every time that I would leave a chat or ask a question in the comments, he would always write back. So it really felt like you really built a relationship with him. And it got to the point where I received a few things in the mail from Paul. I mean, there's real people. He sent my kids some stickers and some coloring book, and just kind of a neat guy. Like, man, this YouTube thing is pretty neat. So I'm going to see what I can do. And it's just continued to grow. And it's so much fun. I've really been enjoying it. You get to know so many different people from not just this country, but around the world. In fact, I think I have a lot of Canadian subscribers as well, which is great. And maybe it's my proximity with Minnesota, but it's just fun. And as you're probably experiencing too, Ed, that you see some of these commenters, like your loyal subscribers, they will always leave a comment and see how you're doing. And it's just really fun. It's really a great community that we've all contributed to and are all being part of. So
that's absolutely true. You know, I had subscribers comment and kind of reach out when I hadn't posted a video for a few weeks to see if I was okay, which was really great to see. You know, and I've shared on some of these live streams that I've gone to the live stream these last few weeks just because I wanted to stay connected with people. And you know, around here, it hasn't gotten cold enough to freeze the ground. So we're just in an area where it's a lot of clay and mud, and it's just, there's really nothing you can do outside this time of year. It's just too messy. You just put your muck boots on and walk around. It's just a mess. But I agree 100%. When I started my channel, I did it because it's something fun to do. I do have a little background in video production, so this was a creative outlet for me to be able to continue with that. But I found the same thing, that YouTube is more of a social media platform than I realized. It's a community, it's a network, and it's not just watching videos. It's interaction, so much interaction. And these live streams, to me, take it to the next level, because here we are in real time, you know, being able to chat with folks from, like you said, around the world.
I'm looking in the chat right now. I see Sheraton Park Farms posted, YouTube is so much better than TV. Real content from real people.
That's right.
Yeah, there it is. And and they're right. That's exactly what it is. You get to know people personally. Like in my intro that you did, you saw that the Morgans, the outdoors of the Morgans, stopped by my house early this summer, and what a treat to see them and to be able to connect with other YouTubers and bounce ideas off of each other, and not just in YouTube, but we're all in this tractor world together. I mean, that's our main content.
Right.
That's our niche, right? But yeah, it's just a lot of fun. Newfoundland. Yep. Bay Roberts, Newfoundland. There we go. I'm looking in the chat. Yeah. But
I don't know if you're able to scroll back on the chat or if you're just able to see what I'm seeing here.
I'm able to scroll, actually. I can see.
All right, good.
Yep. So
Good.
Finding stuff. And the interaction back and forth is just wonderful. You don't get that in TV. In TV, all you get is commercials that you can't skip, right?
That's right. At least you can skip the commercials here. Most of the time you can.
Yep, right.
So I see Darren R is asking a question. Maybe you just joined us, Darren. We were talking a little earlier about Tractor Time with Tim buying a Kubota. So I think he did do a comparison a year or two or more ago between the Kubota and the John Deere, and but he decided to go for the Kubota on this one. I think it's great to have both.
Sure. Yeah. I love Tim's channel because he doesn't play favorites. He tells it, most of his tractors are John Deere. That's what we've seen him drive, but he has had on his channel, he's had a variety of different tractors, and he compares them back and forth to John Deere a lot, but he just loves tractors just like any one of us. And I tease on my channel that Kubota is the only way to go, right? Well, yeah. I love John Deere's. In fact, my dad used to have a John Deere growing up. That was the first introduction to tractors for me.
Yeah, I had an old John Deere years ago, a 2020, and it was too big for my property. It didn't have power steering. It didn't have a front end loader. It was good for mowing, and I would mow with it, but with a bush hog in the back. But yeah, I mean, I guess you love what you have, right?
Hey, all manufacturers make a good machine, and one thing's for certain, they're going to break at some point. It doesn't matter what kind of tractor it is. You're going to have a breakdown. You're going to have to need to deal with it, and it's nice that you can go on YouTube and find the answer.
That's true. It's amazing what you can find on YouTube. It really is. They're all good. That's right. So, if you don't mind, I'm going to pose a question here. I see someone's asking you about your videos. Do you have a favorite video, John?
I just saw that question. I'm still thinking. Did you see my wheels, the squirrel turning?
Yeah.
My gears are turning. I'm trying to think, Phil. Oh, boy.
I know you do have one that's very popular. I don't know if that's your favorite video. It might be your favorite because it's popular, but my favorite video is actually one of my least popular videos. But so I don't know what you think. Any ideas?
I think my favorite one that I'm just thinking of right off the top of my head would be the day that my new BX23S arrived. And and if you haven't seen it, you should watch it because my kids play a hilarious role. I found it to be funny because my daughter Brielle, the older one, she's 7 now, but she would have been 5 at the time. She did not want me to get a new tractor. She becomes emotionally attached to inanimate objects, right? Like all kids do. And then there's my other daughter, Brinley, who was about 3 years old at the time when this tractor pulled in. And Brielle is crying like, oh no, the old BX25 is leaving, and she's just mad, and mom's holding her, trying to console her. And then there's Brinley, yay, new tractor. She's sitting
That's funny.
So I threw in some sad music, the happy music, the set. It's a great video. If you haven't seen it, look in my channel somewhere. BX23S.
That's funny.
Yeah. Oh, that's my favorite, I think.
That reminds me of another question. You were very complimentary of the job I'm doing on the live stream, and I appreciate that. Your videos, though, have a really good production quality. You have a good element of production. I don't know if you have any experience or background in that, but you do a really nice job with your edits, with video quality, with audio quality. The videos don't drag on. So I don't know if that's natural for you, but talk about that a little bit if you would.
Well, thanks, Ed. Thanks. We all improve. If you look at my old stuff, it's kind of boring. Once in a while, I'll look at it and I'm dragging on. I'm like, oh, I could have fixed this but you do improve as time starts. So if any of you in the chat or anybody watching this later, if you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel and it doesn't look the way you want it to right away, do a couple more. It becomes easier. You familiarize yourself with the software. You can take out your ums and all right, okay, here we go again. You know the words that you say frequently. All right, guys, edit that stuff out. It makes your video go a little bit smoother. You can zoom in and out with different cropping, and I don't know. I only have a simple little camera. I use a DJI Osmo Action. That's my main go-to camera. I used to do all my stuff with a GoPro Session, which didn't even have a viewfinder lens. And it's a tiny little seriously, it's the size of a golf ball. But the audio seemed to work, and there's different adjustments that you can do in the editing phase. I see Jason's
There's a question there about your software. Thinking the same thing.
Thinking alike. Yeah. What software do I use? I use iMovie. And I'm an Apple guy. I have everything in our house is Apple, and it's mainly because of what we use in our school. You know, I'm a teacher, so we have Apple products at the school, and I never used to be an Apple guy. In fact, I was a PC guy. In fact, I built my own computer in college, a PC, and I was kind of a computer nerd. And then I got an iPhone, and I'm like, well, and then the school issued me a MacBook Air. And I loved the way that the iPhone and the MacBook Air were able to work together. And so I'm submersed in the what do you call it? In the system, the Apple system. The
ecosystem or whatever it is. Yeah. I'm the same way. I've been with Apple since I think my first Apple G4 computer was 1999 or so. It's actually out in the garage and would turn on today if I plugged it in. But I went with the Apple because that was my, what's that?
The quality that Apple makes, they're made to last for a long, long time.
The computer I'm using at this very moment is 9 years old. This is a 2012 iMac, and you know it's hard to wake up sometimes, but once you get it, once you wake it up, it's okay.
I'm pleased.
But I'm happy with it. And I know you can edit with just about anything. Orange is my new green is asking about Final Cut, and I do use Final Cut Pro. I started with the original Final Cut Pro version 1.0. Actually, that was I think in 98 or 99 when I got the first Mac, which cost me a ton of money then. It was like I paid a company to build this computer system, and I bought a digital video deck with it. It was like I think it was like $6,000 or $8,000 at the time to build this system. But that was the early days of nonlinear editing, and I could talk all night about video production and editing because I go back to the old VHS days and editing tape to tape and all that garbage. But anyway. But I know people who use all different things.
I don't have Final Cut, but that's probably something I'll explore eventually. So
yeah, I mean, iMovie does a great job, and I don't think I can go back. I've tried to use iMovie, but once you're using a different platform or a different system, and then you go back, you'll see things that are missing, and it's just clunky. But
well, some people get confused that iMovie is the same on an iPhone and an iPad and an iMac. It's not. You have so many different features on an iMac.
That's right.
So if you're thinking about it, if you're thinking about a nice piece of software for your Mac, iMovie works better on a Mac than it does on an iPad. It's more features to use.
Yeah.
So yeah. If that makes sense.
No, so that the camera, the DJI Osmo, you said that's your primary camera?
It is. I really like that thing. Yeah.
And do you use any external audio with that, or is it built-in audio?
I now have an external shotgun mic made by, I think it's Movo, I want to say. Just a cheap $40 microphone. Shotgun has one of those, they call it the dead cat, the furry thing that goes
around to block the wind.
Yeah, and it works great. If without the dead cat, if I'm outside, it's the audio shot. So it's the dead cat's got to stay on. I had to trim some of it off with a pair of scissors so it wouldn't get in the way of the lens because it's so close together. But no, it really does a nice job. It records in 4K. I don't know how many frames per second it'll record up to, but it's fantastic. I really like that little thing.
It looks good. It's smooth. I want to talk a little bit about the video that you released today, which I happened to catch earlier. And I want to remind anybody, I think most of the people viewing know your channel, but certainly anybody who is watching tonight, make sure you go over and check out the YouTube channel, A Ritter Bit Will Do. I love that pun, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Just I don't know how you came up with that, but
my wife thought of that. She's the creative person in this family.
Well,
so, it didn't take her long either. She's like, that was the first one she shot out. A Ritter Bit Will Do. I'm like, yeah, we'll go with that.
Nice, just a Ritter Bit. Very good. And yeah, I want to talk about this video, but let's sneak in this question here because you've been pretty open about your personal life. You know that you're a teacher. You know, your kids have appeared on the video. Your wife. And, you know, you have a nice personal approach to your videos and people like to see that. So, who was that? There, looks cold. Yes, it was cold.
It's still
these comments keep going by, but Margaret wanted to know what grades you teach. And do you want to talk about your teaching experience just a little bit before we move on?
I'm a physical education teacher. I am in the most important classroom in the whole school because it's the biggest, right? I'm in the gym. So I love it. And currently I teach 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. But our school is a it's a pre-K through 8th grade. It's a community school. So I've taught every grade at our school at one point or the other, but currently at 6th, 7th, and 8th, I really like those middle schoolers. Not many people do because they're weird. They're a weird bunch of kids. I probably got some that might be watching right now, but no, I love them. They're so much fun because you can joke with them a little bit. And sometimes they get it, and sometimes they don't. And that's even more fun.
I was going to ask you what your students think about. I mean, obviously, they know about your YouTube channel.
Some of them do. You know, it's not something I promote publicly. I don't say, "Hey, I got a YouTube channel, kids, go watch it. Make sure you like it." No, I don't do that. That's the least thing that I want. I don't want all my kids commenting.
No, but they have to know. I mean, these kids know everything.
Well, they do. There's a few of them, and especially some of my students that grow up on farms and have tractors, and sometimes they just stumble upon my channel and they'll say, "Mr. Ritter, I didn't know you had a YouTube channel." I said, "Yeah, sure I do." Yeah.
I actually got a text from my nephew in Tennessee about a month ago because I have not really shared my channel publicly too much, and or at least within the family. And my nephew he's not on Facebook, so you know, I guess he doesn't know much about what's going on because that's where we share a lot of things. But he sent me a text about a month ago and he said, I was watching YouTube and he said, I saw this guy. He said, that looks like Uncle Eddie. They call me Uncle Eddie. And he said, it was you. Like it was. So I thought that was pretty neat that he stumbled across it. And
that's hilarious. That's great. Yeah.
So, pretty fun. So we have a lot of different editors using Filmora. I've heard about that. Phil uses Filmora.
Okay.
I don't know anything about it, but I've heard about it. It's not expensive. Works well for us PC people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I will say, echo what John said. If you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel, you know, just get out there and do it.
It's something out there. Yeah.
It's a struggle sometimes to hear yourself talk, to see yourself. I don't know what it is that a lot of times we don't like to see ourselves or hear ourselves. And it's awkward. It's uncomfortable.
Well, once you make enough mistakes and you start to laugh at yourself in the editing process, it makes it so much easier. It's like, oh my gosh, good thing I can edit that out.
That's right. That's right.
It's fun.
Another question here. You had a video about when you looked at that land a few weeks ago. Any decision on the land purchase? You still looking?
No decision, no final decision yet. I'm kind of leaning towards we're probably going to walk away from it because the price is a little rich for us and for what it is. But stay tuned because we're going to go out there again. And this time I'll bring the wife and kids because, you know, a lot of our decision has to do with what those guys want, you know, what the girls want. If we can make it happen, it's not out of the possibility, but it's been so cold. You saw the day I was out there, that was a week ago. It was 10 below. It hasn't been above 0 yet.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to take the kids out there. They'd only last 5 minutes and I'd hear too much whining. And
it'd be frozen salad. That brings up a good point that I wanted to mention this. So I'm glad we talked about the 24 acres because you live on a small property at this point.
I do. We have a 1/3 acre lot. We're on
a third of an acre. And I think that is so that can inspire people, to show you don't need a big property to own a tractor. You don't need a big property to have a YouTube channel. Like you have content, constantly you're able to come up with content to put out. And people might say, well, I don't have enough land to do anything. I don't really have anything interesting. I don't have a tractor or whatever. But again, you've got a third of an acre. You do so much with that tractor. You have content available. So I think again, it's a little bit of an inspiration for people to say, no excuses. You can do it. You can do this.
Well, what helps is, I don't know how much time you want to give me here. I can go back to my love, my passion for tractors. It all stemmed from. It really stemmed from my father. I'm pretty much a spitting image of my father. My father's he passed away about 5 years ago. So I'm carrying on the passion of tractors, and it's his fault. He started with that John Deere 1020, and as a kid, I didn't really drive it a whole lot, and I didn't really understand why he had one. All he did was plow the driveway with it. That's it. And home is a small lot. It's like a half acre. So, but he would plow his driveway. He'd plow everybody else in the neighborhood until he was so cold he'd come back in the house, and he'd plow I don't know how many driveways. And some people would pay him and some people went. He didn't care. He was just out there having fun, getting out of the house, playing in the snow. And then he got a Kubota. And of course, Yukon Acres. If you've seen the channel, we have some land up north. We call it Yukon Acres. It's 128 acres. We call it Yukon Acres because Dad wasn't supposed to buy it. He did buy it, and Mom went and bought a Yukon. So long story short, right there, okay? So when he retired, he got a Kubota, 3240, I believe it was, and he loved that tractor and really worked that thing hard. In fact, before we were coming on here, I found a picture of that tractor. This is me. Let's see how well this will show up. This is me on that 3240 for the very first time. This is where it all happened right here, Ed. I got on that backhoe because I was wondering, why does Dad love being on his tractor? Uh-oh. Are you still here?
I'm still here. Yeah. I was trying to zoom in on that picture, but I was too slow.
I'll bring it up again.
On the trigger.
For those of you that are watching, there we go. That's the tractor, 3240 BH 7277 backhoe on it. Yeah, that was it. At that moment that you saw in the picture, it's like, this is fun. I like this. I need more of this. It started an addiction. I need more tractor stuff. So as he had that tractor, I got to use it a little bit more, fell in love with it. And then I said, I got to get me one of these. And I discovered the BX25 with the backhoe is pretty much the same thing he had in a tiny version. And at the time, my wife and I had moved in here, and that's when the tractor fund started, right? Like I just add this to the tractor fund. One of these days I'm gonna be able to talk my wife into it, right? Well, across the street from us, if you watch the channel, you know that there's a townhome association across the street from us. And it's a 10-unit townhome association, and they were looking for somebody to mow the grass and clear the snow. They'll pick me, I'll do it. So I bought a tractor. Everything worked out. I've been doing that since I've had my tractor, and then I plow everybody else in the neighborhood out as well. So
what a great neighbor to have. I'm sure they love that.
Oh, it's fun. I don't charge them a dime. But they always give me something, gift cards, pizza, restaurant certificates, gas cards, whatever. Very nice neighborhood that we have. So I'm fortunate to be here.
That's great. There was a nice compliment on here, but there we are from K&H Tractors.
Yeah.
Teacher YouTubers are the best. Well, you do have a great presentation style, so maybe that comes from your experience in the classroom. Ken or Ben, I always want to call him Ken. It's Ben Kennedy. K&H Tractors has a fantastic YouTube channel. I don't know. Do you follow him at all, Ed? I think I've seen some of those, but I'm going to have to make a note of that and jump on that.
Check him out. he's a teacher as well. He's not only a teacher, he's
Ah,
an industrial arts teacher. He's the industrial. He's a school bus driver, and I
wow.
believe he does the maintenance around the school too. I think he has one of those smaller school districts. Fantastic channel, and I love his accent too. So go check out
Nice.
PH Trackers.
Nice. Hey, before we move on, I mentioned your video that you uploaded today. And did you say it's 30 below zero Fahrenheit?
When I woke up Saturday morning, we had 33 below. Yeah, it was ridiculous.
I don't even know what that looks like.
It's not fun. It doesn't, it just looks like an absolute still because nothing is happening. I don't even think the wind blows when it's that cold, but sometimes it does. Yeah, I went up north, barely got my truck started as you saw in the video. So it was, I was crossing my fingers hoping that I could get up north because I couldn't leave my wife without a vehicle. So I got the truck started, barely started, turned over, got up north, and Mom fed me, and I ate so much food. But it was cold. Saturday morning, we didn't leave the house all day Saturday. We just kind of, she cooked for me. I ate food. It was it's a good relationship.
I saw that, sharing recipes, sharing pictures of your food, and your mom seems like a great person, and you definitely are a great son. You know, you're a guy who loves his mom, and that's really nice.
Yeah, she had a short list that I got to finish for her, and she always has something.
All inside work, I hope.
Well, hey, she had me haul a dresser outside into her vehicle. That was cold, but we got it done. Didn't take too long.
We've had cold weather in the Northeast. It's been a while though. It's been, back when I was a kid, my kids love that when I say when I was little, we would have weeks and weeks where it was in the 20s, which is cold enough that ponds would freeze over. I used to, hike back in the field behind us and we'd go ice skating every winter. The public lake in town, they would ride their four-wheelers on the frozen lake. We have not had winters cold enough the last several years to even walk on the ice. And I know where you are. You're driving trucks out on the ice.
Oh, yeah. The further north you get, the big fishing lakes are Red Lake, Upper Red Lake, and Lake of the Woods. Those are like the prime lakes where people go and you can drive your truck out 4 miles. I'm not kidding you. You drive your truck 4 miles out on the lake on the ice, and all of a sudden a city of ice houses appears out of nothing. And there's just all these people that have driven their ice houses out there and set them up. And sometimes the ice is so thick that I think these augers have about a 42-inch reach. Sometimes the ice is so thick you can't get through, but as cold as it's been this week, it hasn't been that cold of a winter. We got a late start this year. So
you have to really love fishing to do that.
Yeah, you have to. You have to love fishing. My dad loves fishing.
That's the next level of commitment there, that you're willing to go out when it's this kind of cold and drill through 42 inches of ice.
Yeah, and sleep on the ice for days at a time. Oftentimes my dad would take off and he'd go fishing at some lake. My mom wouldn't even know, and he'd spend the night or 2 or 3 at a time just fishing. That's all. And that was great because I'd go with him, and he was like a fishing guide. I didn't have to do anything. I'd catch the fish, he'd clean them right in the fish house, and we'd eat them right there.
And I'm guessing nobody fishes alone. You got to have the buddy system when you're out in that kind of weather, I would hope.
It's fun to have a buddy and someone to talk to, but there's plenty of guys that just want to get away.
Just for safety, I think you got to take somebody with you. So nice compliment from Leo there.
Yeah, thanks, Leo. I see Leo on the channel often. So yeah, Homestead Engineering says 33 below what? 33 below 0 Fahrenheit.
That's right.
Yeah, and that's not the coldest it's been. We're just all in a cold stretch right now.
Yeah.
The coldest I've ever experienced was 60 below 0, and that was without our wind chill. That was cold. That was at 96. I think I put a picture on my latest video there. So yeah, and when people are watching, if you go back and you watch my latest video that I posted today, most of that was done on my iPhone. Just the beginning and the end was my DJI camera, because I was in the store and I didn't want to creep anybody out with my camera.
Yeah, that looked good too, though. So I do want to remind folks for my channel that I do have a Facebook page, Instagram. You can look those up. I know that Jon has a You have a Facebook page too, is that correct?
I do. A Ritter Bit Will Do. Go check it out, folks.
So I don't see as much activity on the Facebook page. I don't know if you do.
A little bit.
But,
It's like your loyal subscribers and the great subscribers that always comment. They'll check out your Facebook group as well and see what's going on. So,
yeah.
That's fun.
So I do want to ask the folks out there watching if they have a suggestion for another guest on future live streams. I have reached out to some other people for upcoming weeks, and but I'd like to hear from the viewers what you'd like to see, because I like reaching out to people and to see if they'll jump on. And as hopefully if these live streams are well received, then we'll have people knocking on our door to come on the live stream. But I do have a guest lined up for next week, and I believe, Jon, you know who this person is. Next week, I've got Jack from the Mindful Homestead.
Oh, okay, Jack. Yeah.
So Jack is going to come out. I've got, let's see, I think I have a picture of his page.
Yeah, he's got some chickens and some pigs. He's got a nice piece of property.
Yeah, they're up in New Hampshire.
New Hampshire. Okay, yeah. See, he's on my list of East Coast touring people someday. Like I said.
Nice. So I don't know if Jack's watching tonight, but Jack, we look forward to talking with you next week. So that will be fun.
That'll be fun. I'll be sure to tune in to watch that.
Yeah. So again, there's your friend Buck and Billy Ray. There's a suggestion, right? Nice.
Yeah.
Kelly's Country Life. Yeah. Now they did a live stream. They're doing live streams. Kelly's is, I believe, every Sunday, and I'm not available on Sunday evenings, so I haven't been able to catch them. I've watched a little bit of their replay, but they're a good channel. They're in Florida, so they don't know what this snow thing is that we're talking about.
I haven't seen them yet. They have come across my recommendations. I'm going to have to check them out now.
Yeah, they're building a nice channel there, and they got a farm in, I guess it's northern or central Florida. I forget exactly where the area is.
Okay. I wonder
one of the latest videos they talked about was the cell phone and internet issues. So they put a booster in and seem to be doing pretty well with it. So
I wonder if they're near Hank Hamiltonville Farms.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's just north of Panama City Beach. So if they are, yeah.
GP is a great suggestion. I've had several email conversations with GP. I've shared that his channel was really the inspiration for me to buy the Kubota B2601 because he made so many videos about that tractor. And I was looking, I knew I needed something a little bigger than the BX. No offense, Jon. But and we only have 4 acres here, so we're not a big property either. But I knew I needed something a little bigger, and I didn't really know about that mid-size. I knew I was looking at the L series.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't know about that mid-size until I started watching GP. So that was an inspiration for me, and also his channel. I made me think. I should get serious about doing this video. I didn't know I was going to be so much tractor related. And again, I shared this on another live stream that my idea of a channel, and you don't really know until you get into it, was I wanted to show projects that I do around the property. I do a lot of different type of projects. But the tractor videos are the ones that people really want to see. Whenever I do another type of project, it's like, not a whole lot of interest in that. But maybe it'll grow in time. I do see some of these bigger channels, that they could, no offense, they could make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and people like to watch it. That's great because you get to know people. So I think you have to be more focused in the beginning. And then as your audience grows, your content can be a little more diverse. And, I like that. Morgans, that's, if Leo follows you, he saw that the Morgans actually visited you in real life.
They did.
So,
that was a fun day. Couldn't believe it.
Yeah, we'd love to have them come on and join. And they have 2 channels going now. Melissa has her own channel, Morgan's Off the Leash, which is also growing, and a little more personal. Although they share a lot of family stuff too. And
good people.
I've never spoken with them, but I am so impressed by their work ethic.
Oh, I can't believe Mike. He's nonstop.
I don't know how he does it. I mean, he works full time. He shared that he edits at 4 a.m. He shoots every day after work with the content.
He's got
and then Melissa's involved so much, and they've got the kids there and
they're busy.
Yeah,
They're very busy. And they got a lot of things going on that's going to be fun to follow on their channel with their new building, their excavator. I just saw they got a Kubota Sidekick on the channel now. So
that is on my wish list. Boy, that's yep.
Yeah, me too. 3 or 4 of them, please.
Yeah,
for sure.
So great. Hey,
AK Dad stuff. I think Leo has asked Dad. I think it's AK.
Oh, that's AK. Yeah. AK Dad stuff up in Alaska. He's got a Kubota B2601. I enjoy his channel a lot too.
Yeah.
That's also a mic, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of mics, and like Grampy's Workshop. There's another mic.
He's a mic too. Yeah, I do like Grampy's Workshop. He has a nice way about him as well. So that's fun. And you, your channel has grown, and I think a lot of that you mentioned when you hit your 10,000 subscriber mark was due to your visit with the Morgans. That helped to give you a little boost there. People discovered you more, and
they did a nice little shout out on their channel, and all of a sudden I got 1,000 new subscribers and wonderful people too. So I love to be able to help out smaller YouTube channels, and I'm glad that Mike does too. It's just it's fun. The more that our content niche grows, it helps all of us. We all benefit from it, and plus anybody who watches us is going to get great content that you don't have to watch on TV.
That's right. Hey, before we wrap up here, Jon, we've been talking about cold weather and Minnesota and whatnot. Let me stop this banner here with who we'd like to see. But I just wonder if you would mind playing a little game with me before we go.
Oh boy, I'll game.
Just a little something I came up with to see what we can do here.
Okay.
Let's see how well Jon knows Minnesota.
Oh boy.
Now, you were born and raised in Minnesota, correct?
I was. I've been here my whole life, so I hope I do well.
And you have ancestors that came to Minnesota.
I have ancestors. Yeah, they. I don't know why they settled here.
All right. Well, we'll see if now, if you need help from the audience, certainly you can phone a friend or ask the chat here. But for those out there, let's give Jon a chance here. So these are easy questions. I think a native. What do you call yourselves? Minnesotians?
We're Minnesotans.
Minnesotans. Nice.
Minnesotans.
I like it. All right. We have just a couple quick questions here to see how well Jon knows Minnesota.
All right.
Some of these are questions. Some will be true and false. 3M, I'm sure you're familiar with that company.
Yeah.
3M was founded in Minnesota, makers of Scotch tape and other fine adhesives. Do you know, Jon, what 3M actually stands for?
Whew. Boy, start me with a hard one here. 3M, what does it stand for?
I could have made it multiple choice, but I thought
anybody in the chat help me out. I don't know.
You can ask folks in the chat to give you a hand for sure. Can anybody help Jon out? Don't Google it, folks. If you
want, I think I could get the rest if I just had one. I need a little help.
I'll give you a hint. One of the 3Ms is Minnesota.
No kidding. Is it really? Then I would never know. I don't know. Minnesota, Manitoba, and Missouri. I don't know.
We're going to see if anybody in the chat can come up with a comment.
Minnesota.
McCain. All right. I'm going to have to move on because we need to get this going here. Yeah, so the answer is?
It's Minnesota Mining and Manufacturing. I should have known that.
They're the 3Ms.
I'm not even a true Minnesotan.
That's okay.
I'm just faking it.
The company's only hundreds of years old. It's all right, Jon.
Yeah, it's been here a long time.
I actually have a friend with her name. I don't want to say her name, but she uses her first name, her maiden name, and her married name, and they're all M's. So I always jokingly call her 3M.
There you go.
So, all right, let's go with the next question. This one may be a little easier. By the way, we're not keeping score, so no pressure, Jon. No pressure.
Good. I hope I can get one right at least. that. What is the population of Minnesota?
Population of Minnesota is at 2 million people, 5.6 million, 8.3 million, or 12 million people.
I'll go with 5.6 million people.
5.6.
I'm hoping that we haven't grown that much. Oh, okay.
There you are, 5.6 million.
The cold keeps people out. So,
Yeah. Which is amazing, because if you look at little New Jersey on the map, which I don't have a pointer, I can't do that. But gosh, you're what, 4, 5, 6, 8 times the size of New Jersey? I'm not sure what you are, but New Jersey has like 9 million people. So,
oh wow, yeah,
we are the most densely populated state, and
crazy.
I happen to live in the least populated area of the most populated state. So that's anyway. Next question. This one is going to be
pressure off. Bob Dylan was born in Minnesota. He was born in Hibbing, Minnesota, up on the Iron Range.
Wow,
yes, true.
You actually know the answer. You know more than that. So well,
yeah.
I don't have to reveal the answer, but
yep.
Indeed, you had several celebrities born in Minnesota or from Minnesota.
The Hibbing High School is one of the most beautiful high schools you'll ever see. If you're in the chat, look up Hibbing High School. It's just absolutely gorgeous. Built by the mines. First school in Minnesota to have, well, maybe they have a huge auditorium. Just beautiful. Check out Hibbing High School auditorium. It'll be
Dylan fund them his alma mater? Do you think he helped him out a little bit, or
no? That school was all built from the mines back in the early 1900s. Beautiful building. They don't make them like that anymore.
From the Minnesota mining and manufacturing money.
They'd have a street named after Bob Dylan, but that's about it.
Nice. All right. Well, there's a follow-up to this question. Since that was so easy for you, you maybe you'll know this one too then.
Okay. What is Bob Dylan's birth name? Oh boy.
Goodness. His birth name: Abram William Forrester, Jonathan Delinsky, or Robert Allen Zimmerman?
There's options. Robert Allen Zimmerman. That's it. That's the one.
All right. See, I don't want to make you pull too hard to get these answers.
I love multiple choice.
There you go. You had 1 in 3 chance. So you got that one right. We have just a couple more.
All right. Whew, doing good. Now,
Minnesota is nicknamed the land of 10,000 lakes, but how many lakes, John, does it actually have?
It has a lot.
9,893, 10,000 exactly, or 11,842?
Well, that's Minnesotans. We definitely wouldn't lie. So we wouldn't say 10,000 lakes and then have it be 9,893. We wouldn't want to be off. So
you're a literal folk out there?
We're going with 11,842. Now there's going to be people. Now let me tell you, there's going to be people in Wisconsin that claim that they have more lakes, but Wisconsin cheats. Okay, Wisconsin, bunch of cheaters over there, because they call any body of water a lake. In Minnesota, it needs to be at least 10 acres big. So we have 11,842 lakes that are all 10 acres or more.
John, you are a true Minnesotan.
Yes.
I even had to put that little asterisk in there because my research told me that 11,842 lakes were 10 acres or more. And just like you said, if you count the lakes that are less than 10 acres, you've got like 15,000 lakes.
Yeah.
So I also read that Minnesota has the most boats per person in the country.
That's probably true. And
there's one boat for every 6 people in Minnesota.
That's got to be true for sure.
Which basically almost means that every family has a boat.
Yeah. Do you want to come say hi? Hey Ed, real quick. I told my daughter Brielle, she's on the channel a lot. Oftentimes she makes an appearance and she's going to go to bed and she wanted to say hello.
Hey buddy, how are you, Brielle?
Good.
This is Brielle. She's 7. She's got to go to school tomorrow, so we got bedtime pretty soon, don't we? Yeah. So this is my.
Brielle, how do your parents dress you for school? Like, do they wrap you in a big giant snowsuit? I mean, it's 30 degrees below zero out there. How do you even go outside and go to school in that weather?
Yeah. I just wear one coat and that's it.
One coat? Oh my gosh.
Tough. Got to be tough.
It's that 7-year-old metabolism that lets you do that.
It's so cold out there. Trust me, it's warm out there.
This is little Brinley. Brinley's in the videos too, aren't you? All right, girls. Hey, off to bed. Love you. See ya. Good night.
Thanks for coming to see us, girls.
Bye.
Oh, thanks, Ed. I told them they might be able to make an appearance.
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's fun. Great kids. Let's get back.
All right.
Finish this game up.
Got to get this rolling here.
All right. We have 1 or 2 left.
Dave says hello. What is Minnesota?
Oh, because the Minnesota is known as the land of 10,000 lakes, but that's not its actual slogan, from what I understand.
We are. Is it our nickname you're looking for? Is it
your nickname is the land of 10,000 lakes, but the actual Minnesota slogan,
the Gopher State? Is that what we're looking for?
Well, that would be a slogan, but that's not the slogan.
What is Minnesota's actual slogan? Ooh, you might have me stumped on this one. Anybody in the chat help me out?
Anybody know out there?
I scratch my head. Come on, squirrels. Let's get going here. Oh.
We were, I'm looking at the viewer count here. We're down a couple than we were earlier. So folks may not like this.
No, I don't know if I got any fellow Minnesotans here in the chat. So, oh yeah, sure, you betcha. Maybe that's the slogan. Is it? Oh yeah, sure, you betcha. Don't you know?
One of my favorite movies is Fargo, which did not happen in Minnesota, but it's close by, right?
How about come for the lakes, stay because your car freezes and breaks down?
Well, what I came up with, Star of the North. Does that sound right?
That sounds about right. I think I've heard that before. Yeah, we used to have the North Stars. Remember that?
Awesome. Well, thank you, John, for playing. How well do you know Minnesota? I'll give you credit that I think you know Minnesota pretty well. You did a good job.
Yeah, this has been fun.
I hope I didn't put you on the spot too much there.
Oh, not one bit. That was great.
So, all right. Well, look, John, we are past the 8 p.m. mark. I've been trying to keep these streams, about an hour long. I don't want to get people too bored. I really, really appreciate spending time with you tonight. I think the viewers, hopefully they had a good time getting to know you a little more. I think some of your viewers were here. Hopefully they got to know me. I'll remind everybody who may not be a subscriber to John's channel to find a Ritter Bit Will Do it, or what is it? A Ritter Bit Will Do.
Will do. Yeah.
Ritter Bit Will Do on YouTube. Subscribe to that channel. I'm going to also, I meant to ask folks earlier, but I see we have several folks still on. If you enjoyed this live stream, just click that little thumbs up for us, because that helps tell YouTube that that you're enjoying yourself, and maybe they'll suggest it to some other people. If you're watching in the replay, make sure you join me on the next live stream. You'll just have to keep an eye on the channel. I don't know that I'll be able to do them every Monday night, but for the next several Mondays, I plan to keep doing this at least through the winter. And of course, I'll be putting out some produced content coming up soon. So certainly invite you to subscribe to my channel, join along. But again, hit that thumbs up button. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you, John, for being here. Any last words, John, that you want to share with the folks before we head our way?
This hour went by really fast. I wish we could go a little bit longer. And I just wanted, there's a lot of things in the chat. I know we weren't able to get to everything. It says land of 10,000 lakes on my license plate, by the way, Mikey, not Star of the North State. Just wanted to get that in there quick. But this has been a blast. Thank you so much, Ed, for having me. If you ever need me as a guest again, I'd be happy to show up for you.
That would be great. And be careful what you offer, because that may just happen. One thing I'd like to do is maybe get several guests on. We're able to do that, to bring in more than one person, and I think it'd be fun to have a small little group chat here, a little what do they call it? Like a panel discussion, only
Absolutely.
Fun panel discussion.
3 in here, we'd have company.
Yeah, absolutely. Three's company, right? So great. Thank you, John. Thank you, everybody, again, and until next time, go ahead, John, your closing line.
Hey, until next time, everybody, keep on tractoring, and God bless.